Hello everyone and welcome to another video review by Centipede Geek. Today we're going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon an AMC television series with the name of Halt and Catch Fire. I'm going to talk about the first episode titled I/O or 1/O or whatever the episode title is. Anyway, it's the first episode. This, just a little bit of background information on the pilot. This series is created by two people, Christopher Cantwell and Christopher C. Rogers. It stars people by the name of Lee Pace, Scoot McNairy, Mackenzie Davis, Carrie Beesh, and Toby Huss. And pretty much the main plot of Halt and Catch Fire, it takes place in the year of 1983, I believe, in the state of Texas, in the United States. And pretty much what we have going on is, we pretty much have the main character, played by the actor of Lee Pace, plays the character of Joe McMillan. And what Joe McMillan wants to do is, he's pretty much this innovator, and what he wants to do is he wants something more out of life. He wants to create something new. He's sick of his old life pretty much, and he pretty much wants to make something new. He wants something more. That's pretty much what this episode, and I can already tell what the series is all about, wanting more out of life, being ambitious, trying to create something, and that's what he wants to do. So he kind of recruits these different people together. Just so you guys know, there will be spoilers in this video. He kind of takes a few different people and he wants to make something out of them. That way they can be successful and make a lot of money. That's pretty much what the main plot is, which is pretty much about computers, and they want to sort of backwards engineer, and they go out and buy an IBM computer, and they kind of take the codes and stuff like that out of it, and they want to make something new out of it in order to make a lot more money. That's the main plot for the first episode of the AMC television series with the name of Halt and Catch Fire. Overall, I really enjoyed this first episode. This was a great first episode, and I can already tell as the series goes on, I'm really going to like this series. Mainly because of the concept. I love the whole concept of striving to do something more, not being satisfied with your previous life, wanting to be an innovator, wanting to be creative, wanting to be ambitious. That's pretty much what this show is all about, is something more. So they want something more out of life, and that's pretty much what the series is all about, and that's really cool. It's a really creative show when you think about it. Favorite actors, I thought Lee Pace played a great character. I think the character that might have most captured my eye, though, besides Lee Pace, was actually the character of Scoot McNairy, playing the character of Gordon Clark. I think Gordon's character is probably the most interesting because you really got an insight into his personal life. He was this alcoholic who just got out of prison, and and he was a really smart computer whiz, really smart computer guy, and he's having to struggle between this life of having to support for his family. He's got two kids. He's got a wife and two kids. So he's having to support for his family while also trying to pursue his dream. So I think his plot line, I think Gordon Clark is probably my favorite character so far. I think Gordon, played by the actor of Scoot McNairy, I think Gordon is probably my favorite character because I really felt like his character was fleshed out the most, because you really got an insight into who he is, what he's doing, that whole thing. It brings some questions about Lee Pace's character. He left his last job, was gone for nearly a year, and now he pops up again. My question is, I don't think the first episode told us, where was he during that whole first year? It's just really interesting. I don't know if they're going to, not tell us, or that maybe they'll tell us later on, but it's an interesting plot point. What was he involved with? At the end of the episode, around the end, we're told not to trust him. So should we trust Lee Pace's character? I guess only time will tell, right? And then our other main character is Mackenzie Davis, playing the character of Cameron Howell. She was a college student who actually had sex with Lee Pace's character, and then he hired her and that whole thing. So it was a pretty interesting episode overall. I really enjoyed it. It talks in a really sort of technical way, so if you're into computers and stuff like that, you'll probably get the lingo and that sort of thing. In my opinion, it doesn't talk too high or too smartly for those of you who don't know about computers, so those of you who don't know can still get the gist of what's going on, right? But overall, I really enjoyed the first episode. There's some great drama in there, some great interactions between characters. One scene in particular I did like was a scene out in a parking lot where Gordon Clark's character was trying to explain to Lee Pace's character about why he's like, I can't do this. I need to take care of my family. And then later on the next day, he ended up buying an IBM computer. That was probably my favorite scene there. I really enjoyed that scene. I also like the sort of metaphor, the metaphorical scene we saw at the table where Lee Pace's character was talking to this other company about what he wanted to do, and Gordon kept hearing this, and he kept hearing this whole wanting more or something more out of life, and it was almost as if Lee Pace was talking to the table, but it almost was as if Lee Pace was talking to Gordon Clark directly, because he was saying everything, and Gordon Clark was starting to realize this, and I love that. That was just a really cool. So overall, a really cool concept, some great dramatic sequences, some really good chemistry between the characters. I really thought each character worked really well together, so I feel like there's some good chemistry between the actors. Overall, a really cool series, and I'm really curious to see where it's going to go, how this drama is going to build, and just where it's going to go. That's my review of the first episode of the AMC television series with the name of Halt and Catch Fire, which I believe is titled 1-0 or I-O, however it's titled. I will be reviewing the series every week, just so you guys know, and the second episode is titled FUD or FUD or whatever you want to call it. Once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.